talk about interview preparation. And this is something that's really basic, but to be honest, I know you guys are busy, and a lot of times you just run off to an interview thinking, I'm just going to see how it goes. And that's not the way you want to do it, because all the people they're talking to are Big Four, just like yourself. Somebody that's an A player, just like yourself. And where you get separated from the other people is how well this interview goes. And when you're at this interview, you don't have to spend a ton of time preparing for it, but you do want to spend some time. I mean, I've had Big Four people go where they were late, they weren't wearing a suit, and they were chewing gum. I've had all three, and I've had one of each, and I get it probably once a month, and it kind of blows my mind, but it is what it is. So it's important, the do's and don'ts, they're listed on that document here to the right. That'll kind of go over the do's and don'ts. But what's most important is good questions. Corporate interviews is like dating. You don't go to a date and just one person talks, the other one listens. If you do that, there's only one date, and if you do that in an interview, there's only one interview. So you want that second date, you want that second interview. Make sure you ask good questions. If you can, at the beginning, I always love asking this one, and you can say, tell me a little bit about the role. What would your ideal candidate look like? When you do that, they're going to tell you what the perfect candidate looks like. And a lot of those attributes are things that you're going to possess, so when you answer the questions, you can fill in the blanks with things that describes their ideal candidate. And that'll be a huge help for you in the interview. Second thing is just other questions towards the end about them. Ask them questions that's going to flatter them and allow you to learn about the role. A couple that I like are, obviously Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so, you've been successful in your career. What have you done to be successful in your career? And, were the options available for you? Or did you search out the opportunities? Another one that I really like is, tell me about the opportunity that this role will give somebody. Or tell me about the challenges that somebody's going to see in the first 6 months of this role. And that'll kind of give you an idea of what to expect. This is going to be your potential, your future career, so you want to know what to expect, especially in the first 6 months. So that's important. The other thing are examples. We all learn best by a story or an example. And if you can talk about your work in an example format, then you paint a better picture. If you paint a better picture, you get the more confidence that you can do the job. And that's the way it works. At the end, they're going to pick the person they're most confident can do the job. So I talk about it in that attached Word document about it's a behavioral-based interview type of questioning. It doesn't even have to be an interview where they're asking you behavioral-based questions, but you want to have these ideas in your head that are fresh that you can talk about. And if you go over some of the examples that are in that document, it's going to help you just have these ideas fresh that you can talk about. It'll remind you of things where you were a rock star in Big Four, and you want to tell them about that. You want to tell them about those things, and you want to be that rock star and give them the confidence, because that's the job you want. Then you want to be their number one choice. That's also going to help you too when they decide what type of offer we're going to make this candidate. How you interview has some influence on that. So do the best you can. So just take a couple hours, prepare for your interview. Once you do it once, you're probably good for the next couple of interviews. Any questions, any problems, just give me a call or email, and we'll walk you through it.